It's wonderful, and I wish all of you a very good Wednesday, whether it's the start of your day or the end of your day. I hope it's a good one. I really am pleased that we can be together at this moment to start this course, and I'm also really pleased that we've got some wonderful people lined up who will help us understand better what food systems are all about. But before we get into that, there will be two welcome remarks by Wilma van Esch, who's the head of the Food and Nutrition Security cluster at the Department of Inclusive Green Growth. She's at the Dutch Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and she's also been a long-time supporter of this course. We also have welcome remarks from Dr. Namukolo Covic, who is a board member of the Netherlands Food Partnership, who has been also our long-standing partner in creating and facilitating this course. And Namukolo is based in Ethiopia, working with ILRI as the Director General's representative to Ethiopia. And she's also with the CGIAR, of course, as a country convener for Ethiopia. I'd like to invite Wilma van Esch to give her welcome remarks. Wilma, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much. I hope you hear me well. So, first of all, thank you for inviting me. It's really an honor to be able to address you all as part of this opening session of the e-course. And of course, a warm welcome to the 6th editions of the Food Systems course, which is organized by the Netherlands Food Partnership and Wageningen Social Economic Research. And it's true what Herman just mentioned. I mean, I did this food system course, I think in 2021 for the first time, and it helped me a lot of understanding the scope of what food systems are and how you can work with them. And we also agreed that, we wouldn't have a separate food system course for colleagues from the ministry anymore, but we would do it all together so that we have different participants and can learn from each other. So I'm really happy that this is now again this year happening. Maybe a few words about our new policy on development cooperation, which just came out last week, and some of the Dutch people in this course have probably read the letter already. We're quite happy in the sense that food and nutrition security is still in it, together with water and health as the 3 thematic areas which have a core focus. But in addition, all the projects should also contribute to Dutch interests related to security, migration, and the Dutch private sector. That's newer. We haven't done that before in this way. And the coming months, we're going to work together with all our partners, many of you probably, in finding out how we can best translate this policy in effective and impactful food and nutrition security programs, but also how that can contribute to the various food systems pathways which are in the various countries. But let's get back to this exciting e-course, and I think it was already mentioned, all these figures in the beginning, but I just want to stress them again, some of them, 2,500 applications, which is really a record. And then, of course, you expect in a food system course a wide variety of participants, because that's what you need if you want to talk about food systems. And so I'm happy to see that there were 800 participants selected and from 74 different countries. It was already mentioned which countries. But also that part of them are from civil society, a large part, I think, but also knowledge institutes, governments, private sector, all of them are presented, which will help you in the discussions, I assume. And also you see the various backgrounds. It was also mentioned already, biodiversity, nutrition, urbanization. And if we look at last year, one of the blogs from the participants was from a food scientist working at the Ministry of Health in Nigeria, Kafayat Adebayo. I'm not sure if I pronounced it correctly. And he revealed that school meals are often too high in fats and salts, and school health programs are poorly implemented, and that there is a lack of knowledge on nutritional needs and food safety. And through the e-course last year, he realized that we have to rethink our existing school feeding programs and adapt a more strategic and holistic approach, engaging in a broad range of stakeholders. And that's the more strategic and holistic approach, and that we have to work more with different stakeholders. We also see coming back in our supported programs like the one in Benin, also with a strong connection between school feeding and local produce of farmers. I'm also pleased to see that this e-course continues to improve and continues to learn. And in this year, I understand there is much more attention for fragile settings, which I think is really, really important. What can we do and how do the food systems work in the fragile settings? And also to informal food systems and biodiversity. And next, and that was already mentioned, that you can also join in as a team and you can take advantage of that and you can, which will help your organization. I wish you a very insightful 5 weeks, and I'm looking forward to reading your reflections and your blogs at NFP Connect afterwards. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Wilma. And I would like to invite our second welcome remark from Dr. Namukolo Covic. Glad to see you again. And we're really looking forward to what you have to share for us. And, you will do so on behalf of the Netherlands Food Partnership, where you're part of the advisory board, I know. But, I'd love to give the floor to you right now. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. I am indeed representing the advisory board in addition to CGIAR here. So, yeah, and Wilma, nice to see you. It's been a while. So food systems approaches are very important, simply because food systems have diverse actors with equally diverse agendas, some of which may even be contradictory. As food systems actors in this course, we do all tend to operate in siloed communities of practice, institutions, departments, right down to the professional, personal levels. We tend to have our own silos that we are comfortable in. However, food systems outcomes should be common positive outcomes. And if we lose the interconnectedness across the different drivers of food systems change and their related outcomes, trade-offs will not only be possible, they will be definite. We are already seeing such challenges with current food systems outcomes, and fragile settings indeed offer special challenges in addition to the usual. Now, last November, while at COP29, the Guardian newspapers reported research that found the UK was incurring a huge cost of £268 billion due to diet-related costs from loss in human productivity and health costs. So the question I would ask here is the UK really food secure if its people are suffering this way? Are such outcomes not representatives of trade-offs that must be addressed? And indeed, this is the case. And for low and middle income countries, it's nice to see that many of the participants are from low middle income settings. The situation is arguably worse in low and middle income countries. Not only are we dealing with diet-related non-communicable diseases, but also costs from undernutrition, micronutrient deficiencies, and hunger are still high, and they add to additional costs. Our food systems also contribute to significant climate and environmental challenges across all countries and settings, and no particular area of the world is immune to this. So food systems approaches are indeed what we need to manage these trade-offs and to ensure positive outcomes that can be sustained over generations. If not, we may see what may look like progress, but progress that will be short-lived, short-sighted, and also one that is actually difficult to sustain with the ravages of climate and environmental degradation that we see already right now. As you proceed with this short course, it is therefore important that you ask questions around these issues. Ask questions, ask difficult questions about what is it that we can do different in different settings? How can we improve our interconnectedness across food systems, actors, and domains? And here I want to challenge you a bit from an African perspective, in that we have a comprehensive Africa Agriculture Development Program that more than 3/4 of African countries are implementing. This program has taken a food systems approach. So how can you contribute in your own settings? How can you contribute from your perspective, institutional settings? In Ethiopia, here where I am, Ethiopia has developed quite a robust food systems transformation roadmap that Wageningen universities, members of the Netherlands Food Partnership have contributed to some of the efforts that are going on. But for us to realize these, we need to improve our capacities to think from a food systems perspective. And so I'm happy again to see so many participants from Ethiopia that have been part of this process. Now, while Ethiopia is doing well on its food systems transformation roadmap, I think what is heartening is that Ethiopia is also CAADP champion for the African Union. So that means we stand a chance of taking those lessons beyond just one country. So what I want to leave you as messages is systems thinking is important for food systems transformation. Ask difficult questions so that we can find better, innovative ways of addressing our common challenges around food systems to make sure that all people everywhere benefit positively from food systems. This is our common goal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Namukolo. And it's also wonderful that you've given us a challenge as well. And I do recognize the context that you describe, where a food system approach is needed in all countries and all places in the world. And we've seen wonderful examples in Africa and Latin America and Europe, but we've also seen terrible examples in the very same places. And in the Netherlands, I can tell you there's still a lot of work that we need to do in order to make our food systems healthy and inclusive and productive again. So I think there's indeed, a call on all of us to share kind of the good experience that we have and also learn from some of the things that don't work. So thank you for those wise words, Wilma and Namukolo. We'll proceed with two kind of guest speakers who will each have about 15 minutes to basically share their stories with you.